Playback, The Lost Tapes. Originally written and voiced by Musical Pumpkin. There was once a time, albeit dark, where young boys in their tens of thousands were killed meaninglessly, their souls shattered, and the hearts of those who loved them broken. And it wasn't love. No, it wasn't love that killed them. It was bullets, bombs, gas, and the hopelessness of their situation. It was pure savagery, propped up on steel girders and ran by clockwork gears, with the signal to grind the meat preceded by a steam horn. I am of course referring to the Great War. There is no time in human history where death was processed on an industrial scale, where meat, souls, and meaning had different weights, determined by how much land they could take. I enlisted, as many young lads did. I was attracted by the siren's song of patriotism and the ever-growing threat of Jerry at our doorstep. It was that first day, the first battle, that showed me we were nothing more than petrol for the tank to run on. I still remember the faces of the lads whom I called comrade, for the years may pass, and they are now with their loved ones. I, however, still walk the trenches. I still hear the bombs drop, the bullets zip by, and the planes roaring overhead. Simply put, I am cursed. I have seen bombs, bullets, plumes of gas, and death over and over again. I have been shot, blown to pieces, choked to death on my own fluids. It had been buried under a pile of my fallen comrades. And at the end of it, I wake up and do it all over again. I know not why I must suffer in this manner. I feel perhaps I may have sinned in such a grievous way that this is my punishment, to be forced to relive one of the darkest times in human history. I have tried to leave this place, but I feel I am tethered too strongly. I barely remember the comforts of home. I no longer know the touch of the woman I loved, nor the embrace of a warm bed. I altogether no longer remember the feeling of sleep. What is sleep? I know it not. For a nightmare is foolish if it allows you to awaken, to escape. I know not what I have done. Tell me, God, was my sin enlisting to lay down my fellow man too grievous a sin in your eyes? Am I for that doomed to know not the sun, but the roar of a flamethrower? For there are no clouds upon this painting, save for the deathly gas. For there is no heartbeat within my chest not drowned out by mechanical means. The pistons pump and gears turn, and we are not men, but a pile of bodies asking only for a shred of forgiveness. For to say, to hope, that we ascend to heaven. In pillars of smoke I see screaming visages. I know that they are not in heaven, but in hell whence they came. We are not meant for the land above, as we are no more than mere runoff. The first time it happened, I was shot. A bullet found its mark just left of my heart. It was more than enough to fellow me, and I slammed into the earth face first. My sprint from the trench no more than 10 paces or so. I then felt something. I woke up from a daze. I was standing in line, waiting for the signal to go over the top. Everything was absolutely the same, and then the whistle sounded. I heard the whistle and bolted up the ladder as fast as my legs could carry me. This time, it was different. The moment my head crested the top of the trench, a bullet impacted me, and then the lights went out. And then it happened again. My eyes opened, and there I was, standing in line, waiting for the signal. This time, the charge was delayed when gas canisters tumbled over our line. The clouds overtook us in seconds, and the air was soon filled with the sounds of screams, quickly devolving into choking and gurgling. The third time, however, I actually made it over the top. I even made it to the enemy line. I was, however, promptly sent back after a Jerry slammed the edge of his shovel into my face. On and on it went. This is truly a hell, not of man, and I dare say not of the gods. I know not what this is, nor why it is happening. I know not what this is, nor why it is happening. I believe that if I even attempt to pierce the veil to obtain reasoning, would be a fool's errand. I am here again. We are going over the top soon. God, are you there? Why hath my soul been committed to the depths? Why am I here? This war, this battle, this trench, their faces, as scared and weary as mine. I must see them, into their eyes, their souls, over and over again. I know them so well. Every bump, cut, and crease, the colors of their eyes, how they comb their hair, before artillery, guns, mining tools, and bare fist ruin them like crumpled paper. Thus I say, my eternal torture, over and over again, the great war, never to end. Hey everybody, it is your good friend the Musical Pumpkin here, with another outro at the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. This was another one of those spur in the moment ideas I just came up with, and I just had to get it out on paper. And here we are. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit shorter than the last one. I'm not going to get too into details about the time. Screw the time. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope it was a nice little primer for your, Monday morning. Or maybe you're passing out soon and you want to have something to, I don't know, darken your nightmares, I guess. I don't know. It's a story about a soldier in World War I who is basically suffering a very messed up version of Groundhog Day because he's cursed to relive the same battle over and over and over again for seemingly no reason. He believes he's being tortured for something or punished for something he's done. or maybe simply just participating in the war was just enough to have him land this horrific, eternal punishment. We may never know. And that's kind of the beauty in that story. But yeah. Also, want to lay out big thanks to TNX10. Go check him out. A link to his channel will be in the video description. And he was the man, the myth, the legend behind the music and ambience you hear in the background. So hit him up, tell him I said hi, and tell him the pumpkin sent you with the pumpkin's blessings. But that's about it. Like and sub if you liked it or disliked it. If you have any thoughts on the video or anything else like that, please leave it in the comments. Stay awesome, and I'm going to try my best not to make this a long goodbye. From us at Musical Pumpkin Studios, stay dope.